So I started to pull some records to respond to Anders and Christopher talking a little bit about improvised music and just kind of vibing in general about good music. And I'm listening, and I thought, well, I'll take a stab at showing because I have a lot of listening to do. It's been a while since I've listened to some of these records. You know, I go through phases of what I'm listening to, and I do listen to improvisational music. The ones that I pulled, mostly I have not listened to in a while. So right now what I'm playing is Masahiko Sato with Peter Warren on bass and Pierre Fabre on percussion, and I'm really enjoying this quite a bit. So it's like I said, well, let me just go ahead and just show what I pulled out. Some things came to mind right away, and other things I had to kind of. I was looking for Incas records on the Incas label, and so far I haven't come across anything. But I've come across some nice things. This is on Enja, and this is a trio with piano and modulator, bass, and drums. Very nice. Nice isn't the word. Let me see if I can try to describe, because Anders, you did a good job describing the music and improvisation, that English sound you were talking about, the ping pongy thing. Now, what I like about this sound here, Masahiko Sato, this is definitely kind of more in the sparse space openness aspect, where sounds kind of are allowed to breathe, and then the music coalesces into ensemble playing like this part here, and then it'll kind of open up and breathe again, where the modulator starts to kind of define almost like new areas to be in. So this is really good, actually. Let me just go ahead and say it. I mean, listening to it and really enjoying it. Something else I pulled to play is a split album that I remember being really good. Eddie Prevost from the AMM. I always forget what that stands for, but I have other records by AM. Flayed on one side, and then the other side, this is on Silent Records in America, Organum, Crux. This is very good. It includes David Jackman and Stephen Stapleton of Nurse with Wound. So this was another one I pulled to play, kind of in the same mold. Another Eddie Prevost album I have to kind of get familiar with is Continuum. And this is on Matchless Recordings. Yeah, Sato is kicking it up here. Another one that this is just great. I haven't played it in a while, but I pulled all three of my Schufts to show. Manfred Schuft, the early quintet, and this one is kicks butt. It includes Jackie Liebezeit from Cannes before he was in Cannes on drums. This is killer. On the free music production, this is another really enjoyable one. I haven't listened in a while, so it's like another. Like I said, I have some time now. Manfred Schuft Quintet Light Lines. This is on Japo, which eventually became ECM. I have one more, Scales by the Manfred Schuft Quintet, and I believe this is on ECM. I also pulled this because this is excellent, some excellent guitar improvisation. Hans Reichel, The Death of the Rare Bird Ymir. I think I've seen, Andrews, you've shown this before. This is another one of those free music production albums. And this man's guitar technique, as well as he builds interesting guitars with necks that go either direction. Yeah, these are some good records. I just got started and I thought, well, let me show some of these. This always comes to mind because I love this album by Wolfgang Downer, Free Action. Boy, this just goes off into some improvisational parts that are just the best. Manny Neumeier from Guru Guru, some of his best playing is on here. Eberhard Weber, Jean-Luc Ponty. This is excellent. Free Action. This is an old MPS. I believe it's a French. Let me show the label because it's kind of old and cool. It's not the typical. It's the old orange MPS label. Yeah, I love this album. Some really excellent improvising going on this album. Now, to get into the kind of mood of looking for some records, I put this on earlier, and it's like, oh yeah, here we go. Boy, this starts off with a bang. Fantastic. Conquistador by Cecil Taylor. Woo, this is so good. Blue Note. I've had this so long, it must be original. I mean, I've had this easily 35, 40 years. It says 1770 on the, let's see here. No, it doesn't. Well, it says 1775 Broadway on the cover, but here, I don't know the difference. You all seem to know. I do know this is real good, Cecil Taylor. And when it comes to music that is free, seemingly improvised, and just of the spirit, Cecil Taylor is peerless on the piano. Just love him. Some other incredible improvisational music that I have heard. Of course, I want to hear more. And I don't have all that I'd like, but Gunter Hampel. Man, this is where I first heard Anthony Braxton. The 8th of July. This is so intense. This is so good. I mean, this brings tears. I mean, this has brought tears to my eyes. Seriously. So powerful. Jeannie Lee, I believe, is on vocals. William Breuker. Gene Lee. Steve McCall on drums. Arjen Gorter on bass guitar. Gunter Hampel on piano and vibes, and Anthony Braxton. Just amazing. This is so killer. Now, this is another one of those small labels, Birth. I believe this was his label. And I'll show the next one. This one's kind of hard to get out. Gunter Hampel. Fantastic. And all the things you could be if Charles Mingus was your daddy. This is some just... I really... I believe that Gunter Hampel is still alive, still playing. I don't know how he's doing as far as his playing these days, but I know that this has been some real education for me. Birth is the label. The Masahiko Sato is just wailing here in the background, just consistently tearing this shit up. I'm loving it. Pulled one more to show, and then probably do an addendum tomorrow, depending on what's going on. But another one that I believe is just excellent is Marion Brown's with Gunter Hampel. Again, Gesprachsfetzen. This is just so good. Just freaking killer. He's got Ambrose Jackson on trumpet, Bushy Niebergall on bass, and Steve McCall again on drums. They just play together so well. I think without even being able to describe this really well at the moment, what I can say about it is the interaction and the level of intensity that the musicians are able to achieve together is at times mind-blowing. Just thought I'd show the label because it's not often seen. I got a bunch more, obviously, of improvisational music, jazz, and otherwise. And I'll pull some more. But just to go in a, what else have I been playing tonight? Song of the Marching Children by Earth and Fire. Played this all the way through. Sometimes it's just more fun to play the record than the CD or than the iTunes. I played that. Played Conduits for Jeff. He was over and convinced him. He ran down and bought it right away. We talked about this, Amandol Disaster. I didn't play, but we just talked about it. Primitive. I was playing this earlier. I played it all the way through after I got done with the video. This is damn good, man. Ronald Shannon Jackson. Decode Yourself with the Decoding Society. Woo! That also reminds me this morning, funny, right after I made that video, I'm having a nice quiet morning. There was a shooting a block away. A block. 5 shots. I heard it clear as a bell. It was on the news and everything. Didn't catch the shooters. I'm certain it was children. Teens. You know what I'm saying? Teens. Children shooting people up. I'll probably post some more improv soon.